Greetings, Aries, and welcome to your Tarotscope for February 2016. This reading is for you if your sun, moon, or rising signs are in the sign of Aries. I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling here. Of course, I have already extensively shuffled before I began recording this video, and that was to mix up all the cards real well and shake off any energy from prior readings. The purpose of my shuffle here is to allow the appropriate cards for you, Aries, to come up to the top of my deck. So I'm just going to shuffle here until I get some sort of intuitive sign, symbol. I'm actually having cards fly out of my deck here. So whenever this happens, I take these cards as additional information or advice for you, in this case for the month of February. So I'm just going to put these guys over here. Right away, these cards tell me that you're battling with yourself over finances. You might even be battling with other people. Have you borrowed money? Has someone borrowed money from you? Have they got it back yet? Have you got it back yet? Or perhaps you're feeling like you don't really have enough right now. This card here, the Four of Pentacles, definitely symbolizes scarcity and lack and fear that your money is just slipping out of your hands faster than you can grab onto it. So there's a lot of fear this month, combined with Five of Wands here, which signifies conflict. It's more petty conflict though, those minor annoyances, those little arguments. So either you're having these sort of arguments with another, perhaps if you're in a relationship, everything's great except for the one argument that you tend to have over and over again is around money. Or if you're by yourself, then it's those fights with yourself. Oh, I shouldn't buy that, I can't afford it. Or beating yourself up because you did buy something. I think for you, this month is going to be a lot about balance and paying attention to that self-talk or that talk that you use with others. Are you approaching these situations of conflict with love and understanding, or are you approaching them with fear and anger and frustration? And know that you can make a conscious decision about how you approach these situations and what tone of voice you use and what emotions you bring with you to these conflicts. So I'll keep shuffling here. Okay, so we're going to start with the spread now. The first card we're going to talk about is how you're feeling heading into this month of February. And we have Six of Swords. I definitely see there's a little bit of melancholy with you right now. I think that now the holidays are behind us, we've started a new year, and there really was that feeling of, oh, it's a new year, you know, in January. Anything's possible. And that is true at any time of year. Know that, Aries. For you, I feel like you feel a little bit like you missed your chance, like you missed the boat, if you will. That you missed making those positive changes in January. And now that it's February or we're heading into February, you're kind of feeling like, oh, it's just another year. Same stuff, same problems. And I feel like you're almost blinded. I see these swords here, these six swords in front of you. And I see that as your negative patterns, your negative thoughts, and they're just in front of you. And they're blinding you. And you can't even steer this boat towards your dreams, your hopes and desires, because you're just blinded by those negative thoughts and your negative patterns. So know that February is a great time to make changes too. That just because you feel like you didn't take advantage of that collective energy in January to make changes, to start anew, know that you can do that now. You can pull those swords out from in front of you, examine them, see your lessons, and then chuck them overboard. You don't need to carry them with you until next January. Release the feeling of missing your chance, because your chance is now. The point of power is in the present moment. And you can do this. It's all about making that conscious decision. Are you going to let these money problems, this fear about not having enough money, are you going to let these negative self-talk, this negative thought patterns that you've carried with you for so long, are you going to let them continue to affect your life? Or are you going to make the conscious decision that now is the time that you make positive change? Card number 2 in this spread is your general forecast for the month ahead. So your general forecast, Aries, for the month of February. And we have the 7 of Pentacles. I see this card continuing the sort of theme of not only focusing on the negative, letting those negative beliefs and programmings to blind us, but also really focusing and allowing that fear of not having enough money, of not having enough anything, material goods, kind of blind you and take you over. In this card, we see a figure, and he has all of these 6 pentacles on a bush, all of these pentacles on a bush. He is so abundant. There is so much beautiful blessings in his life. Yet still, he stares downwards. He stares downwards at this one pentacle. And he is blind to the pentacles on the bush. And all he sees is what he hasn't done. All he sees is what he has yet to accomplish. And while, yes, you are a hard worker, and that is to be celebrated, there is so much that you have accomplished. So take a moment to celebrate that. Tear your gaze away from what you haven't done and focus it on what you have done, because there is so much that you have accomplished that you aren't even taking the moment to say, wow, I'm proud of myself. I feel like there's some real lack of self-worth here. There's a tendency to focus on the negative, to focus on the things that you don't have, to focus on the things that you haven't accomplished, to focus on the negative. And to allow yourself to get sucked into it, you use that negative to berate yourself, to keep yourself stuck. So practicing reframing your situation, practicing looking at the things you are experiencing and consciously making the decision to, instead of focusing on, oh, I wish I had that, I wish I had that, turning it into, I'm grateful I have the things that I do in my life. And I think you'll find that as you focus your attention on gratitude and celebration, that more of those energies will come into your life. You will attract the things. You will attract more of the things that you have already attracted into your life. But it's up to you to take a moment to notice all of those things. Because right now, even right now as you listen to my words, you may be thinking, well, there's really nothing. Oh, there's so much, Aries. Look around your life. Do you have a home? Do you have people who love you? Do you have a job? Some people don't even have a job. And yes, it might not be producing as much money as you want it to right now. Celebrate that money that's coming in. Celebrate that financial security. And more will come. It will. But it's up to you to make that conscious decision to focus your energy in that direction instead of focusing it on lack and scarcity. Card number 3 is your upcoming challenges for the month ahead. And we have the 9 of Pentacles. So we're really continuing working with those energies. I'll just move the cards over here. We're continuing to work with those energies surrounding money. I feel like money is going to be a big focus of your life and in this month. And in February, you are going to be working hard. Perhaps you're picking up more hours at work. Perhaps you're picking up extra little jobs whatever you're doing and whatever energy that you're putting into things right now, it's going to pay off in the future. This card signifies taking time away from others and really honing in on that self-worth. And I say self-work because I think that this money that you feel like you're lacking, these material goods that you feel like you're lacking, it's not because you're not working enough at work. It's not because you don't have a good enough job. And I say that because we have the Five of Wands here as this card that fell out of the deck, but also because we're heading into the month with the Six of Swords energy. This is all about your thoughts. This is all about your beliefs. So I feel like this hard work that you need to do, yes, it is hard work to bring in those finances, to bring in that money, to bring in that abundance. The harder work, though, is making those conscious decisions that we were talking about before. Really sitting down and examining the thoughts that fly through your head. Take a moment for meditation, 5 minutes every day, and observe. Those things you say to yourself, those thoughts that you have, those beliefs that you carry with you, are those really the words that you want to create your reality? The way that you talk to yourself, is that really the way that you would talk to your friends and your family? Or is it time to make a change? Is it time to take these swords out of the boat and throw them overboard? And yes, it will be hard. Those swords will be heavy. Because we have the Nine of Pentacles, it will be hard work. It will be incredibly rewarding work as well. And yes, this card is coming up in the upcoming challenges, so February will feel like a hard month. It'll feel like a month where you have to work extra hard. So it's a month where you are really called to take care of yourself. Because you're working so hard, you need to balance those energies with self-care, with self-love. So now as we finish up January, take a few moments, just jot down a list, just 5 items. How are ways that I take care of myself? How are ways that I can recharge, to relax, to revitalize myself? And then as you get into February, as you start getting into those energies of hard work, you already have that list prepared for you, ready to go. You're already prepared to balance yourself this month. Card number 4 is your good fortune, blessings, and abundance. So this is all the beautiful, wonderful gifts that are coming your way in February 2016. We have the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like this month is a very interesting month for you because yes, we have these energies of working hard. We have these energies of really putting ourselves into the work that we're doing, whether it is our job, our career, our home life, or more on a mental level, working with those beliefs and those thought patterns. This month is also a month of pause, which seems to kind of contradict that energy of working hard, yet I see how it goes together. Your life has been a whirlwind as of yet. I really feel this Five of Wands energy here. I feel like this is your outer and your inner world right now. These people fighting with each other. And it's felt like you've been under attack from yourself and from others for a long time. I think you're going to take a step away from that this month. And you're going to take a step away and do the work that you need to do to get yourself out of these situations. And that's a real blessing for you because removing yourself from those high intensity situations, those situations that cause anxiety in you, it allows you to gain a fresh perspective, to really examine the things that are happening in your life and to ask yourself, is this the way I want to continue? So while you're sitting here on your workbench and you're working hard, it's also going to be a deep period of examination, of self-examination, and really looking at yourself and looking at the way that you've been living your life and looking at the way that you've been putting yourself out there. I think you're going to really discover additional tools this month that'll help you on your journey. So be open to the things that people suggest. Be open to the books you come across. Be open to the synchronicities in your life. Because they are all messages from the universe that are handing you opportunities, handing you medicine for your journey. And those will just come from everywhere, from every source you can imagine, those opportunities, those gifts. Be open to them. The last card here is this month's lessons. So your lessons, Aries, for the month of February. And we have Four of Cups, so this is all about making conscious decisions. You'll see a parallel in this card to the Seven of Pentacles. In both cards, there's multiple objects grouped together. Yet in both cards, the figures are looking away from the real opportunities that are being presented to them. In this card here, the Four of Cups, his eyes are just so glued on those three cups that he doesn't even see Spirit handing him another one. So I feel like this card is simply reiterating what I was talking about here in the Knight of Pentacles. Be open, be aware. Because there are going to be so many gifts coming to you this month. It's up to you, though, to look up and to acknowledge them. Because if you stay blind, they might just float by. And it may just seem like another exhausting month of inner conflict and outer conflict. So Aries, make the choice this month to take a step back, to do the hard work that you need to do for yourself. Challenge those beliefs of lack, of poorness, of scarcity. Challenge those beliefs that the world is full of negative black holes almost. That's what the image I'm seeing. I feel like lately you feel like you're just caught in a whirlpool and you're having a hard time getting out. Well, this February is the month for you to take a step out, to take a step back and look around. Because Spirit, the universe, is handing you opportunities. It's up to you to look up and to acknowledge them and to receive them, to be receptive, to be open. So this concludes your Tarotscope month ahead reading for February 2016. As always, it was a pleasure and an honor. If you're interested in a personalized reading, please join me on my Etsy shop. You'll find the link in the description below.